Do you feel like along your entrepreneurial journey that you are on a roller coaster and have no idea if you are on the right track and if this thing is even going to work? Well, did you know that there are actually stages of entrepreneurship that every single entrepreneur goes through, which can really pretty much tell you exactly what to expect as long as you've done the right things to get through the stage into the next one? Yep. There are. And today, my loves, I am going to tell you exactly what to expect along your entrepreneurial journey so that you can identify where you are now, what you might need to get done, and how to progress through the stages to get to that life of entrepreneurial freedom that you so deserve and desire. So don't give up. You're probably exactly where you need to be. So let's get to work. So being an entrepreneur is definitely a process and it's a journey. And the nice thing about it is that no matter how overwhelmed or how stressed out you are about what you're experiencing right now along your journey, I want to bring you some peace today in knowing that there are stages that you are always going to go through. And these are pretty standard, typical stages. And as you work through the stages, you will continue to get to that next level. And I think that that's important to understand, because if you know that you're in a certain place that may feel overwhelming or stressful, or you may feel like you're not moving, as long as you do certain things and you take care of certain things in each of those stages, you will inevitably move to the next stage and ultimately get to that next level. So you can ultimately see the forest for the trees. And that is the beauty of entrepreneurship. So today, let's dive into what these stages are and what you can expect in each of those stages so that you know not only where you are, you're absolutely normal and not going nuts, but where you ultimately will end up so that you can see the forest for the trees. So I'm going to break this down stage by stage, and I'm going to start with stage number 1, which is the ideation and planning stage. A lot of you who watch CPTV are in this stage, and this is the stage where every entrepreneurial journey begins.
Oh, hold on. I dropped my pen.
Do not fret if you are in this stage. It's all about dreaming big, coming up with the business idea, going back and forth a bit on what that business idea can be, having lots of options, having lots of things going on in your mind. This is where you are going to look up and find your passion and make sure that you finalize and move forward with one business idea. You're going to find your niche, you're going to begin researching your market, you're going to validate your business idea, and you're going to ultimately set up your business structure. You're going to be in that point where you're like, all right, this is ultimately the business that I want to pursue, and this is what I know about the market. I know I can sell this. I know I can make money doing this. I understand my market and my competition, and this is what I want to move forward with. In this stage, you're going to have a lot of excitement. Your juices are going to be flowing in this stage. As you map out the potential of what you're up against, as you literally begin to see all of the things that you've been dreaming about and wanting coming to fruition, and as you brainstorm what the next big thing can be and really analyze whether or not you can bring that to the market. But this is also a very overwhelming stage. And if you're in this stage, you feel like you are all over the place. And quite frankly, you just lack confidence.
Oh, hell no.
You aren't sure if what you want to do is a good idea to do. And so this is the stage that the ideas are running around in your head. You are overwhelmed by all the possibilities. And quite frankly, you have no idea what you are doing. It's true. No idea. But that's okay. If you are in this stage and what I'm saying resonates with you, know that I too have been there. I have been there more than once, because believe it or not, every new business that you start, you're going to start in this stage. It is a basic fundamental stage of entrepreneurship. My advice to you, if you are in this stage, is to manage all of your ideas by making sure that you are supporting your ideas, the overwhelm, the stress, the doubt with information. This stage is all about researching your market, figuring out if you're in the right niche, determining if there are people out there who will buy your idea, and most importantly, really paring down all of the ideas that are floating around in your head to one good idea to move forward with now that will help alleviate that overwhelm and prevent you from burning out in this stage. A lot of folks never get to the next stage, which means they never get to pursue their entrepreneurial dreams because they're stuck here and they don't realize that information is critical in this stage. So take the time to get everything that you need, all the information, all of the support, all of the step-by-steps, which is why I have CPTV and why I do what I do, so that you can move forward confidently into stage number 2 and achieve your goals and maintain your work-life balance and keep your sanity, so that number 2 stage can really begin to help you solidify and see that you can really make this thing happen. Now, stage number 2 is the startup and launch stage. And this stage is where you roll up your sleeves and you begin to bring all of those ideas that you were working through and feeling overwhelmed by in stage 1 to life. It's a very thrilling time. In stage, and it's challenging. I mean, this is where you begin to really think about the concrete things that you're going to need, like funding, budgets, how to set up your business structure, getting real world feedback, getting ready for longer days. All of those things happen in this stage. And I want to make sure that you understand that it's an intense piece, but this is where you begin to build the foundation of your business. This is the stage where you are trying to set up your business structure. Get your LLC, your tax ID, your address, your email, your phone, your communication structure, and pick a business name and do all of those types of things. And you can't do any of that stuff. Notice I said this is stage 2. You can't do any of that stuff if you haven't finished stage 1.
That's what I'm talking about. This shit means something to me, man.
If you didn't do a good job at market research and figuring out your niche and determining who your customer is, you will be very, very, very confused in this stage, and you will make mistakes and you'll have to go back and fix them. I see it all the time. And so if you are listening and you feel like you are between stages 1 and 2 and you're just not sure where you really are, then I'm going to give you an opportunity to take my entrepreneurial stage quiz. It is fun. I put it together so that folks who are in between all of these stages that I'm going over have the opportunity to really answer some questions, and it's going to give you the results of which stage you're actually in, regardless of where you think you are. So in the description below, I want you to click the link and take the quiz. It's fun. And I will actually be giving you the results of where you are, but most importantly also telling you the things that you need to focus on completing in the stage that you're in so that you can move on to the next stage with confidence and move through this entrepreneurial journey faster than you think that you're currently moving. Because I know standing still is what it feels like you're doing most of the time as you're pursuing your entrepreneurial journey, and this quiz is going to help you get there.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So make sure that you grab that link, click it. It's going to take you to the stage, take take you to the quiz, take the quick quiz because it's only I think like 10 questions, but I'm going to tell you where you are and also give you the tips and tools that you need to know what you've got to get done in order to get to the next stage. And of course, while you're down there, like, share, and subscribe. It don't cost you a damn thing, and it really helps the channel grow. Now, stage number 3 is the establishment and survival stage, right? This is what I'd like to call execution. You've got your basic business structure set up. You've done all of your research. You know your idea is a good one. You know that there's people out there who's going to buy it. You've solidified what that looks like. You've set up your complete business structure. You're ready to go. And now you are launching. You are out there in the public, and your primary focus in this stage is that you are trying to get your first customers. You are up and running. And it's about building your reputation. It's about building your brand. It's that grind of actually making sales and generating leads and getting customers and clients. And this is what I also like to call a phase where you're going to do a lot of testing and a lot of revising. And a lot of people get confused about that. So if you are not comfortable with change, then this stage is going to drive you absolutely insane.
No. Wait.
because you will be changing all the time. This is where you're getting your first handful of customers, you're generating leads, you're solidifying and validating, you're tweaking things, you're figuring out, oh, that product idea that I had isn't necessarily selling well. Maybe I need to tweak it. Your customers are telling you more about what they need, what they want, what their challenges are, and you've got to adjust what you're providing in order to meet those needs. Oftentimes, entrepreneurs make up in our own mind, we know exactly what people need and want. And the reality is, we start out having an idea of what people need and want. If we've done the right research from stage one, we have a really good idea of what people need and want. But in this stage, right, they will actually tell you. So you are going to really, really, really know what people need and want. And this stage truly tests your resilience and adaptability. You have to be able to pivot. You have to be able to move. You have to be prepared to do so. And this is also the stage where you're doing your business planning. You're setting a concrete thing. You're looking at your goals. You're creating that strategy of how you're going to move forward, how you're going to generate leads, how you're going to sell things. And you're launching your startup. It's one of the most stressful stages of them all. And it's even more stressful if you didn't complete what you needed to complete in stage 1 or 2. You'll find yourself going back to stage 1, even though you thought you were in stage 3, and going back to stage 2, even though you thought you were in stage 3. And that's typically because you didn't even know what you needed to do in those stages, which is why I'm doing this video right now, y'all, okay, so that you know what you need to do in each of those stages. But my advice to you in this stage is to cope, just to cope. Build a support network of fellow entrepreneurs, of mentors, of coaches. This is the perfect stage to really get into online courses and coaching and, building that network of people who understand your challenges and can provide you with emotional support, that can provide you with what they've been through, the insights, the tips, the tools. Do not hesitate in this stage to seek mentorship. It is going to be an investment, but it will definitely help you go back and fix what you didn't already do. Because I'm sure that there are some of you right now watching this video that did not do what you needed to do in stage 1 or 2. You've been kind of fluctuating between all 3 of these stages. And trust me, you'll never get out of this stage if you do not complete everything that you needed to complete. You'll never really get enough customers and clients to make this your full-time gig, to see it being something that can be scaled and stable for you to be able to quit that full-time gig. So my advice is to lean on your community in this stage when making tough decisions. Make sure that you've got all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and keep pushing, because when you come out of this stage, stage 3 is that taste that we're about to talk about right now. Now, again, if you feel like you're between all these stages, click the link in the description below and also in the comments. I'm going to make sure it's in both places, and take the quiz. It will tell you, no matter what stage you think you're in because of what you're doing, it's going to tell you exactly where you really are. And don't get all mad at me if you think you're in stage 3 and the quiz tells you that you're really in stage 1. It's okay. It is more beneficial to make sure that you've got stage 1 and 2 done so that you can really move into stage 4, which is ultimately the growth and expansion phase. Yes, this stage is about scaling up, making money, right? Growing. You are full-time in your business at this point. Your business is paying you. It is supporting you. You're making money. You'll face decisions about adding new products and services. You're all set up, your business plan, you're implementing, you know how to get your customers. You're working through, additional strategies to bring in more leads. You're making sales. At this point, you are probably a 6-figure, multi-6-figure, working your way towards 7-figure business. And that is where the growth and scaling comes in. You're in that multiple 6-figure, maybe $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in revenue, which means that you are definitely at a point where you're paying yourself full time. You are looking at, how do I get to 7 figures, right? How do I get to 8 figures? How do I get even beyond this stage? And this is where you're thinking about adding products and services, where you are creating more complicated marketing strategies, and where you are building your team. This is the most critical, pivotal moment in this stage, beginning to build a team. If you want to get to that next level, you are going to have to add to your capacity. You are not going to be able to get to 8 figures or anything beyond where you are 7 figures if you don't have capacity, because you can only do so much as an individual. So scaling a business and being in this growth stage introduces its own anxieties about being in control of everything, because that's oftentimes why people don't build their team, about making additional investments in the business. It's extremely scary to do so. You're like, I just started making money and now I got to spend more money. Yes, honey, you got to spend money to make money. Do not get that twisted. All right.
Money, 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 money.
And making mistakes that have even greater impact, right? If you do have a team, you're like, oh my God, did I make the right mistake? Am I cut out for leadership? Can I manage these people? Like, it's all in this stage. My advice to you in this stage is to manage your fears, delegate responsibly, and trust your team. And if you don't feel like you have the leadership skills, or you don't like managing people, get the skills, right? Go back to learning. Automate your business so that you have more time to continue to grow personally. Create the processes that you need. This stage is all about that. Processes, creating efficiencies, making more money, growing their leads, all that kind of good stuff. And if you're not at this stage yet and you're still in one of the first handful of stages I talked about, this is where it gets good. This is where you want to be. If you are out there pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams, this is the stage that you want to be in, where you are growing and you are scaling and you are full-time in your gig. And then ultimately, you're able to get to the next stage, because there is one more. It doesn't end here. So let's talk about what that stage is right now. Now, the final stage of entrepreneurship is maturity and possibly exit. Yes, this is the stage where you're kind of like, all right, yeah, my business is established. Now it's time for me to think about what I want to do next. And you are building your long-term legacy. And you're trying to figure out if you want to expand further, if you want to pursue another passion and start a different business, if you want to stay where you are. This is where people start to get into that. Should I hire a CEO and kind of take a step back and just advise? Should I hire someone to kind of run this thing and take it to the next level? Should I pass this down to my kids? Because you start to get a fire and an itch sometimes in this stage to pursue something else and to do something new. Most entrepreneurs will have multiple businesses in their career. And it's time in this stage for you to reflect. Definitely on what you've achieved, how you got where you are, and what's next on your horizon. Contemplating your exit plan, your exit strategy, getting your business set up in a way that you can exit easily, that it's not going to disrupt the success that you've already achieved. And it can definitely bring mixed emotions, right? You start going through all kinds of emotional things, and pride in what you've already accomplished and what you've done, and also sadness and kind of letting it go and figuring out what your next steps are. So oftentimes I see entrepreneurs in this stage feeling kind of lost. Even though those of you who are in previous stages are probably like, no, I want to get there so I can feel lost. No, I feel you. I've been in the maturity and possible exit stage, and ultimately thought that I was going to exit in a certain way, like by passing it down to my children, and realized, no, I want to sell this bad boy. I can pass money down to my kids, right? They can do what they want to do with that money. And it was very, very difficult for me to come to grips with that, because I originally started the business thinking that I was going to pass it down as a family business, and realizing that, that was kind of putting a chokehold on my kids. And while some of them did pursue similar careers, it was putting a chokehold on them, the idea of having to pursue an entrepreneurial journey that they may not necessarily want to do or be ready or prepared to do. So in this stage, I would tell you my biggest piece of advice is to prepare emotionally for this transition. Because you've got to prepare emotionally for this transition. Turning over the helms of your baby to someone else, it's almost like being at your child's wedding, or dropping them off for their first day of kindergarten, or dropping them off for their first day of college. And it's just as emotional. So prepare for it. Enlist the support of peers. Definitely get involved in some masterminds full of other entrepreneurs who are at this stage that can talk about different ideas around how to to prepare for exit, navigate this path by surrounding yourself with people who have navigated similar paths as you, and plan for what you need to do in order to accomplish that end result. So you've got to definitely reflect on what you want and then begin to make sure that your business is structured in a way that you can sell it, that you can exit, that you can hire someone to kind of fill your gaps, that you can still kind of touch it, from a distance, but keep your passions and your interests alive. And I want you to know that if you're in this stage, it's okay, right? It's okay to move forward and pursue something new. So it's exciting in that respect. So yeah, that's the stage. And I love this stage, right? I love it. And if you haven't gotten there yet, you got to go back again and take the quiz, find out where you are, and do all the things so you can get here, because it is an amazing stage to be in. So there you have it, my loves, the full spectrum of what to expect on your entrepreneurial journey. Each of these stages brings its own set of experiences. It brings its own set of challenges. It brings its own set of rewards. And it is what you are going to go through. And I wanted to make sure I gave you a clear picture of what your future will hold, depending upon where you are. So I want to know, what stage are you at? If you don't know and you think you're in between stages, again, check out the entrepreneurial quiz, take it, come back, tell me what stage you're at. What are you most excited about in your stage? What are your biggest concerns in the stage? What do you need? Let me know in the comments below. Of course, while you're down there, like this video and share this video. And until next time, my loves, I cannot wait to see your results. I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. Mwah!
You an entrepreneur.